Ingrid in the mornings, you know, it's, you gotta be patient. Don't get me wrong, she can be testy at times, but she's a trooper.
Time just changed last night, and we're actually getting an hour less sleep than normal. So it feels especially early, because it is especially early.
Here we are, spring '06. I have her up. She's, you know, trying to get some caffeine in her, and before I knew it, she was camoing up, you know, doing her part to not get us behind schedule.
Before I knew it, we were set up for another spring season turkey hunt. I think it's safe to say that Al and I both had high hopes that we'd pick the right spot. I am so excited. It's open turkey season. Al and I literally have been out here maybe 30, 45 minutes. We had our decoy out. We'd been hearing these birds all around. It sounded like they were everywhere, and apparently they were. It was not very long at all before we had a little Jake come in and actually started beating this little girl up, and it was amazing just to see what he was doing to her. Within probably about 3 minutes of this going on, we had probably 4 or 5 big toms come around a cedar tree over here and saw the Jake moving in on their territory, and they weren't going to have any of that, and they all came over and chased him away and actually gave me a perfect shot. I couldn't be happier about the way this season is starting off. It's awesome to actually have gotten this one with such a great hunt starting off the season. I'm thrilled.
Spring season turkey hunting with a bow is addictive. When someone first tries to visualize trying to take out a turkey with an arrow, you know, aiming for the head or neck region, their first conclusion might be, you know, how can the average hunter consistently be successful taking out a wild turkey with an arrow aiming for the head or neck? In the past, this broadhead has definitely done its job. In fact, most of the birds that we've shot in the past, you know, it's pretty much lights out after the broadhead hit them. Here we are, scouting some big toms here in the early part of spring '06. We're on a bluff overlooking, you know, basically the river bottom. These birds in the past have consistently roosted in these big cypress trees, and thankfully this year was not going to be any different. Now it's just a matter of time, or at least that's what we're hoping for. We replayed the footage. It looks great. I'm not sure why the bird didn't drop right in her tracks, but looked like he was buckling pretty hard, so.
You see it? Yes! Woohoo!
It's definitely not often that everything comes together. And when it does, it's an amazing feeling, you know, being able to get on what I would call a textbook spring season turkey hunt, you know, and then to top it off, fine tuning that pin, you know, right on that bird's head and squeezing off and just making a great shot. Everything worked beautiful. We couldn't ask for anything more. It was just a great spring season hunt here in the hill country. And you know, to top it off, it was my wife behind the camera, which my fingers are crossed that she did a good job. And you know, even if she didn't, it was still a great experience together out here. And, you know, it's one of those hunts that you cherish for the rest of your life. It's something that just brings you back time and time again because it's a neat experience. And
deer season just ended. We had our shed hunt and turkey season's here. I'm gonna go meet Steve Stoltz and Terry over at the airport. We're flying to Oklahoma City.
Well, here we are, 12 years later, 50 pounds heavier.
Speak for yourself.
Not Terry. Just 50% grayer.
Kind of a reunion tour. We're going back to where it all started. Out to Byside, Oklahoma with Jerry Hale.
Me. You know what? You still look good. This was a trip that was kind of a reunion. It was one that Mark, Steve, and myself used to come to every year, and we look forward to this one probably more than any other trip.
So here it is, 5 years since I've been able to do anything with Mark and Terry Drury, and they asked me to go on this reunion Drury outdoor hunt.
It's been 10 years since we've been to Oklahoma. Terry's a lot older, Steve's a little bit heavier, and me, I'm just a little bit wiser and heavier and older.
This morning, the wind, calm, sun shining, stars, clear, high pressure. This afternoon, we are now turkey hunting. The wind is blowing no less than about 55 miles an hour.
Jerry, what do you got to say? Wine?
Could be worse. Could be worse. Could be 70 miles an hour, right? Like I said earlier, if you kill them in this kind of weather, you're good, right?
You got it, big boy. Well, we've been looking forward to it for a long time. I can't wait to get started. Here it is, wind blowing 60 miles an hour, and we're going to try and strike turkeys. This ought to be good.
Louder, Steve. You need to do it louder.
I don't hear nothing. Let's go to another spot.
We weren't going to let the winds get us down. We were going to stay in that truck until we visually found some turkeys.
Yeah.
We finally get to a position. We're about a half mile from the turkeys. It's time to move in, and Terry finds the lucky charm for this trip.
See the bonehead?
Go ahead. We'll get Terry out of the way so he can be camera boy the rest of the trip.
You'll regret that. He has no idea.
So there we go. I have the big camera, Mark's got the little handy cam, Terry's got the gun, and Jerry Hale is spotting for us.
Tell you what, when we saw them earlier, they ended up just skirting through and going over the top of that berm and into that brush over there. So we're gonna try and... You're gonna call?
There's two of them. They're coming over that barn. Get ready. They're coming towards us. shot, brother.
Well, I'd forgotten how hard the wind blows in northwestern Oklahoma, Jerry. 50, 60 mile an hour winds, and literally within 5 minutes after we dropped in here, we saw that group from the road, got in around on them, and did the old routine where we knew where they were going because of you. You've done your scouting homework. So it is a matter of getting ahead of them, getting in front of them, like we've always talked about, and it really did help the fact you know where they were heading.
That first title that we did out here, Longbeards of the Spring, you know, to some degree, we stuck with the Longbeards because now we're on the Longbeard Madness series, but that was way back in 1991.
Yeah.
You know, that was 15 years ago, 16 years ago. So
If I remember right, Mark, that was 7 Longbeards on film in 2 days.
it was.
Well, we might be on that pace. Maybe we'll do it again.
Here's number 1 and a great way to start the season.
It was a
buddy.
good way. Thanks for
Awesome.
the call and good job, buddy. Thank you, Jerry. We appreciate it, and thanks for inviting us.
Now, Terry's got his bird. We'll make him into a cameraman and see if Steve and I can have some luck.
It's party time.
It's party time.
Just had this group of turkeys. There were some hens and a longbeard right over this berm. So what we've done is we snuck up parallel with them. Hopefully we've almost got ahead of them, who knows. And we're just gonna sit here, it's so windy, we're just gonna try to do some aggressive calling. You never know, we may catch one before dark. Mark, there's some hens, here come some hens. They may be behind them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going right. They're all hens. They're all hens.
He's going to come out behind the cedars. Come to the right. He's going to come around the end of those cedars. Right there behind the hens.
I see him. He's going right.
Woo! Good shot. His beard's warm. Oh God, are we having fun yet?
This is a blast.
Oh. That didn't take long, Steve.
Awesome job.
Terry,
Jerry, thanks, man.
Terry just killed one. We come creeping up this little bottom. It took you about 30 more minutes, and we were 2 birds deep into Oklahoma 2006.
Hey, these Rio Grandes like your calling, man. I don't know what call you're using back there, but he ate it up. He come
did
off
eat it
there.
up.
Of course, he's fouling hens. We had live decoys out.
Yeah, you can't beat that. What a beautiful Rio. You forget how beautiful these turkeys really are.
2 down, 1 more to go, man.
Yeah, buddy.
You're in the barrel now.
Jerry, good job, buddy.
2 sets, 2 birds.
That was awesome.
Off we go.
Little wild blue yet?
What a way to start the day and end the day out here in western Oklahoma. Can't wait till tomorrow morning. We're going to be on some roost hunting.
It's cracking light. Steve's eating. Terry's cleaning his face. And I'm supposed to be hunting.
Burning daylight. You got the turkeys a gobbling.
Are you ready to go yet?
Day 2 of our Oklahoma Rio reunion hunt.
Well, it's not your day to hunt, guys. So
Nope.
here we are, bright and early.
Yeah. It's Mark's morning. We're up at the crack of daylight. Turkey's been gobbling for 20 minutes. We got our bird. We're done. Done.
We finally get to our spot. It's broad daylight. Turkeys are already out in the field. So now we make the hunt hard. We have to go around, get up on them, and Terry trips over a limb. You okay? You all right?
Yeah, I get caught up in that stick.
Never mind you. How's the camera?
So where were they? Were they right there? Were they right behind that berm?
Yeah, that's a berm that you wanted to get out behind, so they're
right there.
through there.
Finally, after a bunch of maneuvering, we get set up and we got on some birds that were hammering Stevie's call.
Awesome.
Stevie, I don't know that I've ever heard you sound finer, buddy. You sounded awesome back there. Thank you for the calling.
Appreciate it. I'm playing with some new mouth calls. It seems like the turkeys like them. And to me, that's the ultimate judge right there is a turkey.
This sucker kept sifting in. He'd come in, he'd go away, he'd come in, go away. And it's so typical of a turkey. Came a long way and then hung up right here in this hump.
Didn't want to come around the tree, didn't want to come over the hill. Stevie finally got him.
You know, Stevie tried to make me late this morning with that breakfast, but we finally got out here and got on a turkey.
Jerry put us on them again.
Good job, Jerry.
Thanks, man. Awesome job.
Third bird that we've gotten from 2 angles with that camera. We've gotten all 3 kills. Boom, boom, boom from 2 angles.
Awesome. There you go.
Let's go get on another.
Let's get on another one. The hunt continues. We're having fun.
Woo! With all 3 birds down, now we were going to try and get Jerry a turkey.
Well, as luck would have it, we spot this big old longbeard coming across the field. You know, he's moving to a water hole, and we're set up, ready for the shot.
Well, what do you know? Steve and I are both filming. I didn't get on the turkey. Stevie didn't press record, but Jerry shot anyway.
Jerry puts a shot on him, gets him down, and the rest is history.
Well, I waited a lot of years for this, and I finally talked the Drury's into letting me hold the gun, be in front of the camera. Wanted to be a star all these years. They didn't get the film. It didn't take. But at least we got a bird. I at least get this few minutes on film to be my little stardom. But it's been great. We're having fun. Our reunion tour is going great. I hope we do it again.
Well, as luck would have it, we laid down 3 pretty good kills. Mark killed 1, Steve killed 1, and I killed 1, and we were ready to try and smash a few more. This time we were going to be more particular about the footage and try and do a better job. Finally got the monkey off our back. We've been packing Jerry Hale over the goal line for 15, 16 years, and we're just happy to be after him again. He goes to the back of the line. He just got bumped. We got three other turkeys we got to kill now.
I showed you how to do it. Now next time I'd like for you to turn the camera on.
Yeah. Steve. He's coming right. I was able to harvest another one. Things just didn't work out. Steve was filming. He knew the bird was going to come out around the right-hand side of the cedar. It got into the brush. Things were a little bit fuzzy. It just wasn't the hunt that we expected. Here they come. All of them. Steve was able to pop another one. For one reason or another, things just didn't come to fruition like we'd hoped. We had the 3 turkeys working right up the road. They decided to cut into the weeds. You know, all of a sudden, what could have been one of the prettiest kills ever ended up being just a mediocre hunt.
Sometimes you just have to improvise. And that's just what we did. Hey, it worked, buddy. Yes, it did. Beautiful, man.
It happened quickly. All in all, it was a good trip. Jerry Hale, our good friend, closed the deal finally after 16 years. He was able to put a tremendous shot on a bird. Unfortunately, we weren't able to capture it on film, but we did get to share in all of the glory.
We had a fantastic trip in Oklahoma. It was all about having fun, and boy, did we have fun. And the season is just getting started. The Longbeard Madness continues. We're headed for Iowa.
Well, here it is, spring gobbler season in Virginia. You know, Eric and I are getting excited. It was that time of the year. We wanted to go in and just kind of take a sneak peek on our farm, see if we could locate any birds.
That's a good sign. We're actually out here midday. We were going to come over here and set up a ground blind or just kind of scout around and see where we needed to set up. This strutter's right here, 40 yards in front of us.
That might be as close as you can get to a strutter the first couple of days.
Probably will be.
There's a bird strutting there. We ease right up on top of a little knoll. It looks down into a deep ravine where the birds like to strut, and couldn't believe it, man. There was birds standing there strutting everywhere.
I'm getting extremely excited. We came over to our farm and we're just scouting around. It's midday, it's 12:30. There's 4 strutters out here in the field. There was 1 strutter at the gate as we were coming through. They're everywhere. We built a ground blind up on the hillside and we got down in this hollow, and what it is, it's an old home place. And we're standing actually inside of the old smokehouse. They used to smoke our hams and stuff in here, and it's fell in. And we were gonna build a ground blind, but hey, why build when you've got a natural one here that's already here? So what we're gonna do is just move a few of these boards around and we got a ground blind.
Hey, way to go. Our anticipation was high because opening day was just around the corner.
All we had to do was go in and try to roost some. Me and Eric and one of our good friends, Bobby Phillips, got together, and we were out there, and we were mainly just sitting back, glassing some fields, trying to see where they went into the woods to roost. What we're really doing is seeing where all the big birds are going, and then seeing Bobby and Terry where all the hens are going. You know, we did hit the crow and the owl hoot.
Sounds good. Bobby, I thought you was an expert caller.
Put that off.
Hey, it sounds like his phone's on vibrate.
Yeah. We didn't have a whole lot of luck that evening trying to roost some.
It was a big front pushing through. It was going to bring a lot of rain the next day, but you couldn't get our hopes down. We were excited, and no matter what, we were going turkey hunting the next morning.
Come on, little buddy, let's go. It's rough. All you got to do is carry the gun today.
At least you didn't have to sleep on a limb.
Is it raining?
Is it raining? You want to sleep a little while and just go on out later?
Let's go.
Well, we've got 2 cameras rolling on this farm this morning. You know, Eric and I are obviously together. We're going down there a little blind, but our good friends Bobby Phillips and Terry Edwards are also filming today. They're gonna try their luck, see what happens.
The clouds were, you know, they rolled in last night. It wasn't a hard rain, just kind of a steady rain, and there on the 10 that old building, the rain was starting to pile up, and you know, we were sitting there just kind of doing some light calling, and off in the distance we heard a shot.
Did you hear that? We've got our buddy Terry and Bobby up here in another blind that Eric and I built the other day, and talk about being spoon-fed. 7 o'clock, and they just shot. Hope they missed and they scare them down to us. Look right here, right here. What a great Virginia bird, man. First morning in the rain.
Give me some. All right. We had these birds roosted up on the mountain, and we were just doing some light calling. We had our decoys out, and before we could get the camera on them, they had pitched down, and I tell you, this one was absolutely running like he was on a string. And he came in here, and Eric called to him, and he stopped, and we were hoping, you know, he would blow up or gobble or something, but I tell you, he was close enough for me. I let him have it, and I am one happy hunter in Virginia today.
Where's your bird, Terry?
I don't want to talk about it.
What's the matter, Terry?
Let me tell you.
I just don't want to talk about it.
We scout for him. We build the blind for him. We can't pull the trigger for you, Terry.
And he's got one of the best collars in
Yeah,
the
got the
country,
best collar in the country.
Well, things didn't totally work out for Bobby and Terry. You know, They had a longbeard in front of them, and Terry just missed the mark.
You know, this is just a great open for our turkey season, and I'm up to back next, and guess where we're going? My favorite spot, Kansas.
Today's the first day of the 2005 Missouri youth season. Zach and I talked about it a little bit. We invited Shade Shorten.
But we've got a turkey. Hopefully he'll do what he's supposed to do. We got a mare step line set up, lawn chairs in it, real easy hunting in a little bitty clover field. The clover just lush, but only about so tall. You know, there's no guarantees in turkey hunting, but there's been a bird there like the last 5 years in this little field, so that's sort of the plan.
We started early this morning. Didn't have much luck. I heard my first close gobble at about 10 to 11, something like that, and Zach was cutting. Zach does a lot of competitive turkey calling and sounds very well. And he was cutting and had a turkey cut him off, and we got set up.
April 8th, this is the opening morning of the Missouri youth season, and this is just a great opportunity to bring some kids out and get them started on a good spring turkey hunt. And we kicked it off right. This is the second year for Shade to shoot a turkey, and but it's just a great time. Her and I my daughter and I look forward to this hunt every year. We've really had a good time. This is our third or fourth year we've been out, and we've bagged a turkey the last two, but this has been an exceptional hunt today. Beautiful spring day in northeast Missouri, and turkey capital of the world.
Well, it's first season Iowa, and we've got some birds roosted in the same spot, and a nice open field to mowed field. We're going to plant a food plot in it later, but we saw several birds in here last night. They're roosted all around this field. I think it's going to be like a gathering point this morning before they disperse. It's semi-cool. It's about normal for first season Iowa. Hopefully this hunt's one of those short quickies, because I got to get back to work. was a little longer walk back than I expected. We had roosted these birds last night. What we didn't know is that they were right on the field edge because we're roosting them from a bluff road. And we get here this morning, we probably got here a little late. And it's hard. We had 4 decoys, we only set up 2 because they were right there and it was about that time. We just got settled down, didn't make a movement after we got sat down. But I mean, what a hunt to see that many turkeys fly down right in front of you, to have basically like a viewing window into their world this early in the morning, and to have all 3 strutters right out in front of you and all those hens. And it never gets old. This feeling never gets old. It's just something, once it gets in your blood, I think it's easy to get a rise out of it year in and year out. And this is just another successful turkey hunt, and I couldn't be happier.
April 10th, 2006. 2 different opening days to choose from. Opening day of Iowa turkey season and opening day at the new Busch Stadium, Cardinals baseball. What's a guy to do? I let the turkey hunting up to Tad Brown and Rick Malik. I'm gonna go to Busch Stadium with Terry, Matt, and Taylor and enjoy that first day.
Mark invited me to come out and hunt Iowa for my very first time. I couldn't wait to get here.
I talked to Tad and Rick. They'd had a long first day. The wind beat them up, the birds beat them up. Now I was gonna come in, hopefully I could provide maybe some good luck.
Well, here we are, second day of the first season of Iowa, and Mark's back here with us now, and we got 2 birds we roosted here last night late, and they're gobbling already this morning. We're gonna go down because of this wind. It's just crazy, 30-mile-an-hour wind, so we're gonna head down. We think that's where the turkeys are going, so hopefully we'll get lucky today.
It felt right sitting down within 100 yards of those birds, but when they turned tail and flew in the opposite direction, how wrong did it feel?
We decided to sit there for a little bit. Wasn't long, things changed in a hurry.
You're definitely gobbling.
Yep.
Let's just stay here. Let's just stay.
Thank goodness we didn't get up.
Oh, baby. Woo-hoo! How good does it get, Rick Miller? How good does it get? Iowa, baby. What a morning, baby. What a hunt. Thanks. Tad had his angle, and I was lucky enough to get a secondary angle. Rick, when I was a kid growing up, I always read articles in Outdoor Life or Turkey Call, and guys would refer to that beard as a paintbrush. I think you've literally got
That is a brush.
the paintbrush beard here to go back to PA with you. Look at that thing.
When he turned the corner, he was just full strut, and that's the first thing I saw was that big paintbrush hanging there, and I thought, oh Lord, he's gonna walk right down this edge, and I'm not gonna get him.
Booner
Yeah,
coming.
Booner coming. So, it just worked so perfect. It didn't work out as we planned on the 2 we had roosted, but we had birds all over us.
Didn't take long this morning. We got lucky. We got lucky with this bird. Now we'll reload that old muzzleloader and see if Big Tad Brown can put one down.
That was my first muzzleloader bird, and it won't be the last. Again, thanks for inviting me.
I enjoyed it, Rick. It's nice to get out and hunt with you this morning. What a blast. The original birds weren't affected by the shot. We decided to jump in the truck and go get around on them. Like a picture from a magazine, this creek provided the perfect access and the trestle provided the perfect setting.
Anytime.
Good job, Tad Brown. Thanks for calling, please. How about it, Rick? Oh, we having fun?
I'm talking Iowa, baby. That's a morning that you'll remember forever.
That was a pretty hottest I've had in a long time, boys. Good job, Mark. Oh, Tad, when he decided to come, now he come on, didn't he? He looked like a road runner coming down through there. The funny thing about this whole hunt, when we were in the action, we only had one gun with us. Boy, that muzzleloader was all you needed. When we got back to the truck, you changed artillery on me. And I'm glad you did, because that was a tough shot.
Yeah, the way that bird come in there, and you know, it was time to take him. I had to get on him quick, and I was glad to have my 3-inch TC.
So Rick drops one, you drop one, and our morning just doesn't get a lot better, really.
No, it don't. The only way it could get better is if you drop one this afternoon.
All right, buddy. Congratulations, Ted.
Yep.
Nothing
Thank
I'd
you,
rather
Mark.
do than hunt turkeys with you.
I know, same here, buddy. Nothing I enjoy more than either calling for you or Terry or sitting back and let you boys call for me.
Yep.
It's nice to be able to concentrate on pulling the trigger, and that's it, or calling, and that's it. So.
You had one job, and you did it perfectly.
As well as you.
Good job to you, Rick.
Thank you, buddy.
So Tad and Rick both kill their birds. I'm up to bat, but first we're gonna go get good friend Paul Thornton, and we're gonna try and get Paul one with a bow.
We're trying something new, deer hunting tactics for turkeys in the afternoon. It's windy, birds aren't gobbling. We're sitting some of our favorite food plots. There's a few bean residue left over. We got an Ameristep ground blind across the way. Tad and Paul Thornton are in there. Paul is bow hunting. Rick and I are going to provide the second camera angle as well as some backup with a shotgun. One bird came out, wasn't interested in the decoy setup. This next one looks interested. He's in half strut, heading straight for him. Check it out.
You know, it was just bird after bird coming into the field, and I really think the wind just had them so nervous they wouldn't work all the way into the decoy. We had birds within 50 yards of us. Tad and Paul had a strutter walk right behind the blind, but we didn't quite close the deal. But we know where there's a bunch of gobblers for tomorrow morning.
They walked 5 yards of it. And windows across.
You know, we went home, got our rest. The next morning we were up and at 'em, and the plan was I was gonna go with Rick, he was gonna run camera. Well, Big Tad just took off. Rick and I are gonna be together this morning, and we're heading out to a bird that we almost killed last night with a bow. Paul Thornton did. We're gonna get back on those birds we were on last night. We'll see if we can have better luck. He's roosted in a good spot.
We're back where we were last night, and it's a much better time. The wind's late, it's only about 10 to 15. We've got this bird roosted right here on this little food plot. We're gonna ease in, and Mark's gonna head out in front of me. We're gonna put the decoys behind us, and hopefully I'll get him on film.
The sights and the sounds of a spring morning, man. Nothing gets your blood pumping any more than a gobbling turkey. This is what I call a textbook hunt. We've got a single bird roosted. He's gobbling 100 yards. Now it's time to try and work him in.
Our bird just blew down. I think he's gonna come to this little, we just planted this field about 2 weeks ago to clover. I think he's gonna come to this dirt anyway, so I'm gonna be quiet till he gets up here.
call this series Longbeard Madness, and we call it that for a reason. This guy might as well have been a Boone and Crockett this morning because I am tore up from the floor up. They came roaring in here like lions, just gobbling at every call. It was just unbelievable. I mean, he may as well have been a Boone and Crockett. It reminds me of what got us started with Drury Outdoors, which were these wild turkeys, these beautiful wild turkeys. And we had a beautiful hunt this morning. We set up on one of the Longbirds thinking he'd be a piece of cake, come right in. Well, he stayed out gobbling. These came from about a half mile to the east and gobbled right in here on top of us. And I mean, I just don't think it gets much more exciting. I am really, really excited right now. That was incredible. Now, once again, it's a reminder of what got me into the outdoors, wild turkeys. Woo! What a great way to end this Iowa season.
John got me up at 3 o'clock this morning and told me to get up and get ready and out of bed. He was going to put me on some turkeys first thing this morning, but I've heard that one before. But sure enough, we got set up, got in the blind, and already we could see turkeys on the roost. This is awesome. It didn't take long, and all of a sudden some longbeards came into sight. It was really exciting, but unfortunately they didn't come into gun range. Shortly after that, a jake came into my right, and I was pretty excited, so I asked John, "Can I please shoot this one?"
Nice shot, Suzy. Nice job.
Well, here he is, my very wet turkey. Last night there were a lot of tornadoes and rain in the area, so John and I weren't sure if we were going to be able to get out this morning, if the weather was going to be good enough, but luckily we came out. It was actually a beautiful morning, and had some gobblers come in right away this morning, but they were a little bit out of range, so I wasn't able to get a shot. And you know, a while later this guy came in, so I was more than happy to take a shot at him. He's not my biggest one, but excited to get him. And last weekend Madison went with John. She wasn't able to get a turkey, so when I get home today, she'll be happy to see that Mom got one. I know how much it means to John when I'm able to come out hunting with him. And it's also very special for me because this is the same farm that I harvested my buck on last fall. So it was really exciting to come back to the same place and have such success on opening morning.
We just got done with a lightning storm. It's been raining all morning. We got a food plot right here. We're hoping they're gonna fly down, come into the area where the grass is low. Hey Joe, which one should I take? Neither one of them got a beer.
First thing that came in this morning actually ended up being a couple sandhill cranes, but we don't have a season for those, so we just watched and observed.
Madness.
The time came in, very aggressive, sensed that something wasn't right, and took off. We didn't even get a shot opportunity on him.
We needed to get that Jake out of there, and so we did.
Or sometimes with the Jake there, they come in, they get aggressive, they might pounce on the Jake. Works great for shotgunning, and sometimes for bow too, but in general, I think I'm just gonna be using hens for a while. Just because they come in with a little more, they hang out a little more. Go get him. Nice shot.
Boy, Joe, that was great. Here it is, a morning where I called you at, 4 o'clock, wondering if we were going to get out because of the lightning and the storm coming in. But we did put up the blind last night, and it paid off. We put the blind over this area where it's low grass. Figuring maybe late morning we'd have some action. The birds were roosted, as you saw this morning, quite a ways away. But, once they left the hens, sure enough, this guy came with those couple jakes and gave us a great opportunity for a shot. Even as crowded as it is in that blind when you got a tripod and a camera and the whole 9 yards, but the camaraderie that goes along with that, hard to beat. And it's just that much more exciting to me taking it with a bow. Beautiful bird, double beard, great bird.
Just an exciting hunt. Eric did an awesome job getting this bird.
The one thing I enjoy most about sitting in the blind with another hunter, they're both tough roles. The cameraman has a really tough job. Camaraderie that goes along with that is just taking us to another level. I mean, it's a point of hunting that gives us something more to look forward to. That's special.
We just have one more stop. We gotta stop at Stop and Go and get some Krispy Kremes, some coffee. Got our Krispy Kreme. Let's hit the road. Eric got his bird yesterday, and it's my turn this morning. We got a good spot to go to, and we got a blind set up. Beautiful morning.
Eric got his turkey yesterday. Eric's behind the camera. They're gobbling up a storm. We got 2 hen decoys out. They're on the other side of a little river right now. Everything's looking really good. Are we gonna have a Krispy Kreme later? Oh, it's time for a Krispy Kreme, I guess. Now they'll come.
About 8:20 after I think we had our last Krispy Kreme and our coffee was running dry. Lift up the flap a little bit, and there's 2 gobblers standing right maybe 30 yards away.
Right there. There's 2 of them coming in. Coming right now.
Tell you what, if you haven't shot one with a bow before, it's awesome. I'm so pumped up right now. Yesterday we got Eric's bird. Eric had a really neat hunt, center punched that bird just perfect. So it was Eric's turn to be behind the camera. We figured these birds behind us were maybe working their way in, and sure enough, I took a little peek out the window and there they were standing there 20, 30 yards away, and really good hit. We also looking forward to seeing what we got on the wildlife eye here. I had that sitting over here trying to get 2 angles. It just about worked for us, but the turkeys turned just before they triggered the camera. We're tagged out in Wisconsin, had a great season. Can't say enough about it. Love the time we spend in the woods in the spring.
Well, this year's trip was special for us. We held off on going to Kansas because it was Easter weekend. And we spent Easter Sunday with our family. You know, I was with my girls and my wife, and we were doing egg hunts, and Eric took his little girl Lexi out, and it was her birthday weekend as well as Easter.
What is today, your birthday? Is it your birthday party? Blow me a kiss for a birthday kiss. Give me 5. Yeah.
You know, we were just gonna spend some family time before heading off, 16 hours heading to Kansas.
You know, this was an awesome season for us. Chris got us started off on the right foot, had a slam dunk in Virginia. Could not wait to get to Kansas. A bunch of us going together. This year it's Bobby and Terry going with us, our good friends. They're gonna try to take a stab at the filming, and we'll see what happens.
As usual, Terry's doing nothing, and we're doing it all.
Bye, girls. Well, we're just getting on the interstate, heading out of our hometown. We were supposed to leave at 5:30. It's 7:42.
I didn't make us late this time.
You did. You and Terry.
It was Terry's fault.
Bobby.
But we blame it on Bobby. He's the new guy.
Yeah, as usual, we got a long drive. Yeah, we're going to Kansas. And yeah, Chris is going to drive most of the way.
Well, living so far from our lease, you know, when we get to Kansas, we have to immediately go in tight and, you know, try to figure out what the birds are doing. So we got to the farm and, you know, these hay bale blinds have been good to us in the past. So that's immediately what we thought we should do. Here, you want me to put this camera down and help?
Yeah, it'd be nice. All right, we got it all.
We just knew that those birds were probably going to pitch down and use that field as a strut zone, and we were ready for the next morning.
Terry, did you take a shower last night?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's a shame.
What's the deal with that?
I just used this towel.
That's not no good.
I'm dirtier now than when I got in the shower.
Here we go. It's the first morning, day 1. Bobby and Terry are hooked up together. Terry's filming Bobby. Chris is sitting there. He's going to be filming me. We're going to try to get 2 angles, pull off a double. You never know what's going to happen. We've got birds literally all the way around us back in this cottonwood bottom. We have no idea where they're going to come from, so. But I think there's a better than average chance that something's going to come in. This is one of those typical, everything that can go wrong went wrong. We had birds pitch off right here. He called to them this morning, pulled 3 big satellite birds in right to the edge of the decoys. They were actually in gun range. We were trying to pull off a double. And I was working on getting my gun up, spooked the gobblers. They went off, and we're sitting here dejected. Well, after this morning's complete failure, we've got a strutter down here, I don't know, 300-400 yards. We're gonna try and make a play on him.
Well, there was 2 chances and 2 doubles.
In less than, let's see what time it is right here. It is.
Here you go, little buddy. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna stick with you.
I guess who started this video?
Mine.
Well, with all our bad luck on day 1, we've got to break the karma up. It just wasn't happening. So we decided that we were gonna split up.
Hey, Bobby. This morning, good luck. Try not to miss.
You know, they were going one way, they were gonna go back to the same set. They got away from that ground blind and decided to go over to the edge and set up Bobby and Terry. Hopefully this would break up our bad luck. Well, they're sitting there, and as they're sitting there, right off the bat, the birds pitch down in the corner. 2 jakes pop up, they're fanned up, they've got their strutting, and in the mix is deer. Next thing you know, here comes a longbeard. I mean, they were having an awesome show.
What an awesome morning here in Kansas. Chris and Eric, Terry decided to let me come and hunt with them on their lease out here. And then yesterday morning, this particular gobbler right here came in with 2 longbeards. Me and Terry came back yesterday afternoon and roosted this bird. All it took was a couple soft calls. He came in, him and actually 2 jakes this morning came in. I finally got him apart from him and I took him. I can't imagine anything could be any better. It's a beautiful day in Kansas and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Finally, we're picking up some speed. We're getting back on track. You know, we went up and caught up with those guys and we were giving them high fives and, you know, great job, great footage to those guys. And, you know, we just walked off excited, ready for tomorrow morning.
Well, it's our 3rd morning in Kansas. We're going down here to the edge of the woods here in this old hay bale set where Chris killed this awesome bird last year. Yesterday morning, the bird came right in. It was one of those situations where Chris was between me and him and the bird couldn't get on him. Hopefully, he'll be in the same trees this morning and we can get it done. We had birds roosted last night, and our little buddies trumped us last night, so they're going in there with all them birds we roosted. So hopefully they'll be the benefit of our hard work.
You know, everyone has a set that it's just hard to stay out of. And this little hay bale set is like that for me and Eric.
Wow, what can you say about Kansas? Spring turkey season here. I tell you what, we've had an absolute ball again this year. We came in here bright and early this morning, and the birds were rocking the limb this morning. And we just, you know, we kind of hung in here, was real quiet. We knew we were tight to some hens, but everything played off great. These birds pitched off right down here in the field like they typically do. There was 4 big birds together. And, you know, I sat there and I called softly to them a couple of times just to let them know that I was here. And I didn't want to overcall it because of all our hens. And man, it worked to a T. You know, it was beautiful watching all 4 of those birds together. And Chris gave me the green light, and I tell you, man, I absolutely slam dunked him. And I tell you what, man, you couldn't ask for anything better here in Kansas this morning.
What another awesome Kansas hunt. You know, Bobby comes in here, gets his first video bird on the ground. Eric goes and gets his second Kansas bird on the ground. The 4 of us have had a great time this trip. It's an unbelievable trip.
I tell you what, we've had another fantastic Kansas trip out here, and you know, we always look forward to it. Cannot wait to come back next year.
South Dakota, here we come. One of many pit stops on the way.
With gas prices like this, there won't be many more of these trips.
There's not a lot of options up here to eat, so we're gonna have the old gas station dinner, but it'll have to do. kind of anxiety to get out, kill the old Miriams. We're back on the road. Got the personal pan that's probably been sitting there since lunch, but it'll sustain us for the rest of the drives. So we've got another 8 hours of driving.
Well, here we are. Kurt and I finally got to South Dakota. We've had an hour's worth of sleep, whether we need it or not. But we have a new twist this year. We brought along Mr. Hoyt, and Kurt and I both did. We also brought shotguns just in case. But we're here at one of our favorite ranches, and we're gonna kick things off and see what we can do. This is awesome. We have several gobblin turkeys. We drove 10 hours, and we're within 100 yards where they're roosted, so I think we have a good setup. We'll see. I see it. Here it comes. Go. Start. Yeah, full start. Up here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was cool. Oh, that's cool. He's freaking running in. Here he comes, baby. Tell me when you got it. You want it?
Oh, yes. I think he's down right there, Kurt. Oh, yes. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, Kurt and I drove 10 hours last night, and we set up the Ameristep doghouse blind within 100 yards of where these turkeys were roosted. And I'll tell you what, everything worked out. The blind did its job. The Hoyt did just an awesome job. I couldn't have scripted it any better. This gobbler, once he flew down, he came running in. I've never seen a gobbler in 20 plus years of turkey hunting take out so much frustration on a Jake decoy. It was just awesome. This is my third hunt this year in the Ameristep blind. I took my daughter during Madison during the Iowa youth season. Suzy shot a turkey already in Iowa this year out of it, and this is my first hunt. And just an incredible experience, a great hunt, and way to cap it off with a beautiful Merriam turkey. Well, on the way out here, Kurt and I drove through some pretty inclement weather, but we had seen on weather.com that there was a high pressure system moving in. I mean, you can see right now it's bright and sunny, and it's supposed to be for the next couple days, and we felt good about our opportunities, you know, with this weather pattern. And this happens to be one of my favorite spots here in South Dakota. We've killed a number of turkeys here, Dave Reiser and myself, and then Dave and Kurt Ritchie, and I'm hoping Kurt and I can have some of that same luck today, so we'll see what happens. Kurt, holy cats. Hunts never happen like that. I mean, this is why you come to South Dakota. You know, my wife asked me before I came out here, she said, why do you want to drive, 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours, both ways to, hunt turkeys with as many turkeys as you've, hunted over the years. 20 plus years of turkey hunting, and the thrill never gets old. I mean, we struck this turkey, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is, a spot that Dave Reiser and I have been coming to for years, and then more recently, Kurt Ritchie. And Kurt's with me today behind the camera. And these turkeys just came in, and we struck them at 2 o'clock. They powerhoused. 5 minutes later, I'm standing over a bird. And you know what? It's a thrill you can't describe. And it's just been an incredible spring for me. This morning I harvested my first Merriam with a bow. And then, this afternoon I harvested this gorgeous, gorgeous Merriam. This is a day I will never forget in the turkey woods.
It's opening day, and I'm gonna go film Coon Dog, one of my favorite guys in the whole world to hunt with.
2006 Missouri, great. I'm hunting, Mark's running the camera.
Well, leave it to me and Mark. We built another blind. I think we got blinds all over northern Missouri. Thank God this hay bale was here. We were able to make a makeshift blind, so we got 3 birds, maybe 100, 150 yards to the left, so hopefully the game plan is they'll come up on this point.
We're sitting there. We hardly ever turkey hunt this way. We're waiting, and we're waiting, watching a beautiful sunrise. All of a sudden, a couple deer come out. Wasn't long, Coon Dog looks up and he goes, "Look, coyote." During the Missouri turkey season, you cannot kill coyotes. The season is closed. Nothing to do but try and get rid of this predator before he screws our hunt up.
That first time I went out, I walked up to it and was swooshing it away. And next thing I know, he started standing his ground and coming towards me.
He cannot get rid of this coyote. I can't imagine what that coyote was thinking.
There's a first. That old wild dog tried to get the Coon Dog. I thought I was gonna have to shoot it in self-defense. Well, we got these birds over here and he came out and he's been hearing them. So it was either bump him, take a chance on bumping these turkeys. If not, he would have run this whole hunt. I thought he was gonna get me, he scared me. I was scared.
Well, we got settled back in, started working the birds again, and guess who showed back up?
Unbelievable that I'm getting it. I'm getting it with my palm quarter and the big camera. I had to film both ends of this tail. Coyote came in. We really do feel like he spooked those gobblers off. Now it's time to cut and run. Took us a little bit, but we're finally back on a turkey.
I wished I had this morning with that coyote. Could have thought the bone monster was gonna get him.
There's significance to that. In Oklahoma, me, Terry, and Steve. Terry found one of these the first day, and he put it on his head for good luck. Every time we put it on, we killed a turkey. That's why I told you to put it on.
Well, then we're gonna have to kill this one.
Terry will die if he sees it. I swear to you, that's what happened. killing.
Ooh, he's got some hooks, baby. What a hunt this morning, boy. We started off in one of my favorite spots and we had birds gobbling and hens yelping, but what came into the field? A coyote. I chased him off once and he squared off with me and he came at me, but I finally was able to push him off. Well, we got settled back in. Wasn't 5 minutes, he came back in again. So what else? I had to run out and chase him off again. Anyway, later that day, we struck this bird, hot bird. It took us 10 minutes from the time we struck him to the time we got our gear and headed towards the timber. We got set up, we called him right in. He come gobbling and thunder gobbling. I mean, he shook the ground. He started to walk off. Mark said, take him. And boy, I put the old red dot on his head and I took him all right. This is what you get when you hunt hard. 2006 Missouri, awesome.
The things you lay down when you have a camera in your hand, sometimes you just never know what you're gonna get into. Day one's in the books, a beautiful spring day in North Missouri. Day two comes, I'm up to bat, a little bit different story. Love hunting in the rain. One of my favorite things to do. Not. Here we go. By the way, which way am I going, dog?
I don't know.
I'm depending on you. So am I going north or south? Coon Dog and I are out. We're trying all we can to find a bird, spot a bird, call a bird, no luck. We finally decided to go on foot to a farm we had a lot of luck on last year. We have checked literally every field in North Missouri. And normally after rain like this, they'll come out, but there's wind along with this rain. I mean, they may be in the woods. It might be time to go to the timber. We know they're in here. We had good luck on this farm last year. You know what? It is a rainy, nasty, cold day. I'm not a big fan of hunting in the rain. Anybody that's ever hunted with me knows I don't like rainy days. Last year, Terry killed a turkey right here. And they came strutting up this most beautiful logging road, but the brush really kept us from getting a good view of it. So I think I'm gonna build a blind and try and eliminate some of this brush because it's a point where 3 different logging roads meet. It's this beautiful strut zone. We may not kill one today here, but it's gonna serve its purpose. We got 3 weeks of turkey hunting right in front of us. This is day 2. Turkey, just go. All right, this is just about enough. Blind building stops, let's go get on this bird. Blind building over, turkey hunt starts again. If I've ever seen a spot to try and kill a turkey, and this is it. Look at this lane. Beautiful green lane, too tempting to go any further. We're calling this bird right here or we're not getting him at all. Man, what excitement. He's got a little wet, he flopped down the road, and he was really wet last night because it rained, and it rained, and it rained. We noticed that the front was passing through. We were gonna wait till it passed. And we did. We came out here and we just started walking and calling. Finally, one got fired up. Here it is, a north wind. We had a 30-degree drop in temperature between yesterday and today, but we still got one that would work. And I mean, he worked in like he read the script of Longbeard Madness 12. It was awesome. It was awesome, dog. Good job, buddy. Good job. Now the season's rolling on. Hopefully Tad and Terry are gonna get into the birds as well. Longbeard Madness, it just doesn't get any better than this.
We'll let them follow those hens. I don't know if they'll get within gun range, but we'll just watch them here for a little bit. Maybe those hens will work this way. I've never shot a turkey out of a box blind. This is a first for me. And it was kind of nice. You know, it was raining and finally the rain cleared out and the front has kind of pushed through. It's a lot cooler. It's probably 40 degrees cooler today than it was yesterday. It was extremely warm yesterday. And we saw these hens come out onto the field. Wasn't long, the two gobblers popped up, followed them right on through this little opening over here. So you got to get creative, be able to adapt to conditions, and that's what we did this morning. I'm gonna go get him. Pretty neat. Cool. Now we gotta get old Tad on one. That absolutely was a first for me, to shoot a turkey out of a box blind. I've never done that before. And I'm hunting here on my farm in Missouri. It's the second day of Missouri season. This bird is absolutely drenched. We had a huge front move in last night, so it may take them a little while to dry out this morning, but we've got the rest of the day. We're gonna go try and get Tad on one. It couldn't have worked out any better. We didn't want to get any of our camera equipment wet, so we climbed up in the blind. It's 40 degrees cooler today than what it was yesterday, so when conditions are like that, sometimes you just got to adapt, and you got to be diverse enough to make the change. And we did that. We thought it'd be wise to climb up in a blind, let it rain. We figured that the turkeys would be on the field, which is really a pretty good point. When it's raining like that, it seems as though they normally would have a tendency to migrate into the fields. And it worked out pretty good. So we've got the rest of the day. We're gonna go try and kill another, as they say. Just a beautiful, drenched, wet turkey.
What a start to the Missouri season. Kundal got a bird. I was lucky and got a bird. Terry killed a turkey. We're 3 down, we've got 1 to go, and that's Tad Brown. But we're going for the perfect setup. Edge of a field, put the decoy out, I'm gonna drop back and call. 3 gobblers, they would not come close enough. They kept following that hen, and Tad decides to try a shot. Yeah.
Over the border.
You got too excited and pulled off.
No, he was too far.
Swing and a miss, man. He just missed that turkey. Turkey flies up, off they go. Tad probably feels bad about now. It's 12 o'clock, high noon. Beautiful bluebird day. We get on a goblin turkey, and this one's working right.
Here he comes off the hill.
A good hunt, a good turkey, and a good morning, buddy. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
It was fun. A lot of fun. Always a pleasure to see you pull the trigger on one.
Well, it's always a pleasure to sit in front of you and let you yelp to one.
Anytime,
Man,
man.
that yelper you were running this morning was awesome. It was hitting right on. I mean, it was as henny as I've ever heard you call.
Well, I appreciate that. Get lucky and get that right call. They can sound pretty good.
Oh man, these guys ate it up. They come off that hill so pretty.
They did.
Nice and easy.
They just, the feeling never gets old, and it's why we're out here and doing what we love to do, and we're blessed to be able to do it, I'll tell you.
Yes, we are.
These old wild turkeys have provided a lot of pleasure in our life, that's for sure, and they've given us the opportunity to, have our livelihood in the turkey and deer business, so we're pretty fortunate.
We are very fortunate, very fortunate.
Well, congratulations, buddy.
Well, thank you, and I have to tell Terry thanks for letting me hunt his new farm.
Thank old
This
Terry.
is awesome.
It is, very awesome. Good morning.
Thank you, bud.
You're welcome. That's 4 for 4 in North Missouri. Coondog, myself, Terry, Tad, all of us in 3 days, 4 Longbeards. What a great start to the Missouri season.
Here it is, late April, here in South Texas, and I'm headed north to the Central Texas to go hang out with Shacklett, and we're gonna try to chase some renegade Rio Grandes around this weekend. Got a cold front coming through tonight. Should trigger some showers, be nice. Nice couple mornings, I hope. Anyway, running low on time here at the end of the season, so we'll see if we can put it all together finally. Took off out of the house about 6 o'clock, got all our gear loaded up and coffee, and we were ready to roll. Got in well before daylight off a known roost site. I was behind the camera, Al was in front of the gun.
We found some birds right off this bluff line, and we were confident we knew exactly where they were and the way that they would come out of this riverbed. We started calling, talking to them nice and sweet, and before they got out of the trees, and it wasn't any time at all, and here they were, kind of marching. For whatever reason, 20 yards or so out, they hung up. And that happens, but lucky for us, there's such thing as spring jealousy. And wouldn't you know it, a few minutes later, here comes this nice little Jake. As soon as he made visual contact on our decoy, he had something on his mind, and I think it had to do with making a new girlfriend. Whatever he did, it was enough to get those other toms from hanging up to coming in tight.
Do one full strut. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. Hole in the fan.
last day of April. Ty and I are down here in the hill country chasing these Rios. And what you saw this morning was just about as textbook as you can get on a spring season turkey hunt. We set up probably about 100 yards at the most off this bluff. There's a river that flows across this ranch right behind Ty, and we had located some birds early on in the season. You know, they were consistently roosting right here at this this part of the river, and so we knew if we got in here early enough, got set up, you know, and they didn't have any hens, we might have a chance, and sure enough, that's what happened. You know, I couldn't have been any more happy. I mean, it's just a great spring season turkey hunt here in the Central Texas. One bird down, and it's only about 45 minutes after daylight, and Ty and I, we can hear some birds off in the distance, so we opt to hop in the truck and see if we can close the distance. Don't tell Ingrid.
Plenty of time to still chase some birds, and so we'd heard some off in the distance, so basically we just hopped in the truck and tried to basically cut them off. We knew the birds were there, so we went back over, sat down on the edge of another creek drainage here on the ranch, and called a few times, and boom, turkeys gobbling across the creek. We sat down, made a set, and of course, you know how hard it is to call turkeys across anything, whether it's a road, fence, a creek, no less. So we had to basically get back in the truck and try to basically get around them. We started talking to the hens a little bit, got them a little fired up. They came in, we were within 20 to 25 yards of those hens, and they putted, but our camo worked great. They settled down and then kind of actually eased out the way we walked in. And what do you know, here comes the toms directly behind her. And at this point, I couldn't call just because we couldn't move. And we were kind of set back in some shade, and these toms walk out into the sun, strutting back and forth. So about that point, when that turkey strutted out in that opening, that sun hit on that fan, I think about that time I knew we had a pretty good chance. Beautiful day. We had a front roll in Friday night, a couple rain showers. Yesterday was kind of overcast. And today, as you can see, it's just clear skies, high pressure. This morning was nice and chilly, it was about 48, and when we took off this morning, about 6. You know, this is what springtime's all about. A little bit of flowers now that it's rained a little bit. Green, found a shed on the way in, and spring turkeys. So a little bit more giddy up in the steps this afternoon versus the last couple weeks. It's just a beautiful turkey here in Central Texas. I've never killed a turkey, you can do that before. What a way to end up spring 2006 here in Central Texas. 2 birds on the ground, both 2, 3, 4-year-old birds, and all on camera.
We were on the high side. We floated down below him. We keep crow calling to get him to gobble. That's about the only thing we can get him to gobble. We don't want a hen call to him because we already set up on him once and a hen called to him, and he kind of half came in and then strutted away. So We're down below him. He doesn't know we haven't head called at all. We've just been crow calling. He's gobbling. We're gonna have to do a sneak on him and get within his comfort zone. Calling and crawling.
Wow, what a Nebraska hunt right here. We're with Wild Things Outfitting with Tim Perhala, and he put us on the turkeys this morning, and this one has wore us to a frazzle. I haven't had a chance to get out turkey hunting much this year. This is only my second turkey all year, and it's the last weekend in Nebraska season. I was closed last weekend, so I was just a little bit excited when I went over there. This turkey hunting just drives you crazy. They're almost wanting to do the right game, but not quite. This one would gobble. He would let us know where he was, but he wouldn't leave the confines of his strut zone here. And so we basically had to call and crawl and call and crawl, and we crow called to locate him, until we got so close, and then we dropped our vests and we kept crawling. And finally, he breaks out into an opening. I put the Nikon red dot right on him and let him have it. And this is definitely a rewarding hunt for me. My second one of the year and probably my last, and that's not too many years I can say I've only harvested 2 when I try to hunt 4 states a year, so definitely rewarding.
Well, I guess as our year is gone, the turkeys pitched out to the middle of an open field, and we're really on a hope or a prayer at this point. But this terrace offers a lot of cover for us. It's a very shady, open terrace where it seems like turkey's going to go during the day, but it's supposed to be 90 degrees today, so there's a couple trees right on the point. We're hoping to we'll just get up to those and see what happens. At this point, I'm not super encouraged, but hopefully we can get up there and use the old Nikons, get a visual, try and get a direction of travel, and if nothing else, there's another little depression here we can drop in and move around them. But it's gonna be a little calling and crawling. They're still out there, but we're out of cover. We're just gonna pick the farthest point right here at the end of this terrace, and just keep our fingers crossed that they work into this corner, or at least some are within gun range of here. But they seem to have a tendency that they want to drift this way, but you never know. Turkeys have a mind of their own, obviously. Big thanks to Tim Perhala with Wild Things Outfitter. He we've been seeing this bird out in this field pretty consistently mid-morning. We've been watching them out in this pasture, and generally speaking, he said they enter into this terrace, which is kind of like this little brushy thing that we were sitting on. It's more or less an island out in the middle of this field, and we saw them out there. Dave and I got in position. We made a couple calls, and Gobbler didn't really react, but fortunately one of the hens did. And not only did she react, she basically drug the entire flock right into our lap. For some reason today, it worked to our advantage, and we leave in Nebraska a happy hunter today. Enormous thanks to Tim Pahala with Wild Things Outfitter. I mean, it's the second year Dave and I have been fortunate enough to hunt out here with him, and second day we're leaving with a second turkey. So we're 2 for 2 years in a row, and I tell you what, out of the 4 turkeys that we've harvested, the 2 of them had 1.5-inch spurs. This is another example of he's just got some quality, mature birds out here. Big thanks to Tim Pahala. He did his homework and right on the money. A little bit of luck and some scouting, and you're leaving Nebraska with a really nice looking eastern turkey.
Got him.
Yes, sir. Good deal. Success.
The Missouri turkey season continues to roll on. May 4th rolled around, Coondog's birthday.
We're here with Chris Comstock, the famous guide of northern Missouri. He's got us 6 birds located. Me and Mark's gonna try to double up this morning.
Could be iffy, they could go to the other field or they can come to our field. So hopefully we'll get them to come to the field that we're gonna be set up in. They better come to the field.
As a turkey hunter, you always hear that bird out there gobbling, and then he flies down. You seldom get to see it.
Birds pitched out, birds gobbled. They did everything except come into gun range.
We had the decoys out. We tried to do our best calling, but they just wouldn't come. But we enjoyed the show. I mean, how often do you get to see strutting gobblers trying to coax the hen to come to them? And obviously we couldn't do that. Chris decided to take us to one of his favorite spots.
And of course, Mark goes, "Do you know we have never struck a bird since I've been back here with you?"
I tell you what, Chris has been the hot guide of the week, and he's been taking everybody out and they're getting birds. Well, he promised me and Mark a double this morning. No way, man. So now we're getting kind of worried. Mark's getting tired of following him around, so now what we're doing is we're just lagging back, not walking the score, letting Chris strike, which he's doing now. So we're gonna see what happens. Oh, turkey gobble. Turkey gobble, did you hear that? Sounds like he's already coming, so we need to get out there and get set
up. We get set up, and Chris says,
The camera went down. It's not working. Let me film with that little one.
huh?
The camera went down. Let me film with that little one.
What's it say?
It says, remove cassette. Needs to be cleaned or something.
I crawl back, give the palm quarter to Chris. We're back in action.
Okay.
Happy birthday to me. Yeah! Yeah! Happy birthday, dog! Happy birthday! Good job, buddy.
Well, happy birthday, Coondog.
Thank you, Marcus.
We had a few mechanical difficulties, or technical difficulties, I should say, but you got your birthday bird.
Yes, I did, a birthday bird.
We were on some birds earlier this morning. Bunch of big longbeards, incredible hunt.
Oh yeah, there's guys that go a whole lifetime of hunting that never see anything like that.
And this was just as awesome. You put the hammer on him. We got him on the little palm quarter. Thank goodness we had it with us.
But
and happy birthday.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Chris, thank you for the spot, buddy. You're the hot guide of the week, buddy.
He just gobbled again. Let's see if we can make him go. Hopefully we can do a better job with the footage this time. We
got the big camera back running. We had time enough to clean it. It's rolling again.
Baby, happy birthday! Smile, baby, smile. Well, Coon Dog, happy birthday again.
Oh, thank you, sir. And what a great ending to a hunt.
You hammered one. We're sitting there doing the interview after you kill it. More birds start gobbling these. We get repositioned. You drop back and call, and then I get to kill one 20 minutes after you pulled the trigger.
Yeah, Chris promised us a double, but I mean, I thought it was going to be this morning. I didn't figure it'd be a double like this, 5 minutes apart.
I don't ever remember killing turkey on your birthday, and here we got 2 this morning.
Oh,
Have we ever killed one on your birthday before?
Nope, I don't think so.
Happy birthday, buddy.
All right, brother. Thank you
Coon
very
Dog's
much.
birthday bird. What a way to spend your day. May the 4th, happy birthday, Coon Dog. What an awesome ending to this day.
Don't ever doubt my spot again.
For me and Mark to kill birds 30 yards apart. Awesome. I loved it.